Okay, welcome to DPI SIG. Oh, good. Look at the crowd. That's wonderful. Welcome to DPI SIG for, what is this one? November. Yeah, November, was it 2013, 14, 16. Wow. Long time we've been going. Anyhow, we're glad you're all here. Real quick, I'll tell you that we are a subsidiary, so to speak, of the Naples Freenet, an associated group. They're a non-profit run by volunteers, as are we. I'd also like to see who's here for the first time, as I always do. Could I see a show of hands for visitors who have not come before? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Welcome. Welcome. Now, of course, with that welcome goes an offer. And the offer is that if you like what you see, why don't you join the club? You don't have to, but we'd sure like you to. And halftime would be great when we break for the middle of the meeting. If you like what you see, go over there, we can join. Where's by our register on the front? And it's only $30 a year. That's not too much, I don't think. We'd be glad to have you. So don't think we're to ask for more. I'm Bill Coakley. This is Sonny Saunders. We're the original founders of this club, although it's grown way beyond where we were originally. So glad it has. Just like I did already mention that we're a non-profit, and as such, we're all run by volunteers as well. Sonny and I are volunteers way back from 2004. As we are all volunteers, it's important to recognize the other volunteers that make the club run. All of our individual departments are run by volunteers. And they do it because they love what they're doing. It's great. So I'm going to turn the mic over now to Sonny Saunders to welcome and thank the volunteers that run this place.
Thank you, Bill. Welcome. This is our 148th meeting. So a few more and we'll have 150. As Bill says, it's a volunteer-run organization. We have over 50 volunteers who offer a lot of services for your $30 a year. I'll just run through really quick what the club offers. We have outings once a month. We have at least 1 or 2 outings. We have theme pictures where you submit pictures, and you'll see that tonight, members' theme pictures. We have 4 club competitions a year. We have a beginner's workshop for those people that are just beginning and think they need some help in learning composition and lighting and things of that nature. We belong to the Florida Camera Club Council that has both print and digital competitions. And so as members of our club, you can participate in those 4 each competitions. We have a round table 1 night a month. We have a light room, a Photoshop, an Elements, and a pro show workshops, different nights of the week. So if you're into Photoshop or Lightroom or any of those, there's 1 night a month, we have a meeting. It's a workshop. And sit around and learn more about what you're interested in. We have art shows. Right now we're at an art show at Fort Myers Beach, but we do about 5 or 6 of those a year. We have a vendor's discount program. We have a CD, DVD, photographer's library for members. We also do not-for-profit work for anybody in the county, not-for-profits that need a photographer to cover a dinner or an event or something of that nature. We provide them with a photographer. We ask you and look for volunteers. And we do the Heart Walk and the United Way and the Panther thing and just a lot of them. We have door prizes, and if you're a member, you're certainly to win a door prize. We have one of the greatest online magazines, I think, in the country. Definitely need to go online and look at our magazine. It's just outstanding. We also have a lecture series. We have coming December the 10th. We have Dave Fitzsimmons. Some of these flyers are up there on the table, and that'll be on December the 10th. We have about 6 or 8 of these major speakers internationally. We have one coming from Scotland that's going to speak later, first thing next year. So you get about 6 or 8 of these for free as membership. You get to attend the lectures. That pretty much covers. We have social events. So we'll get into the business for tonight. Would Nick Provenzo or Priscilla McGuire want to give us a report on the art show? I see Nick.
Hi. Well, we've we're having a show in Fort Myers Beach Library this month, and the library is fantastic. It really is. It's very good. It's a beautiful library. One thing I was very impressed with was the size of the elevator. It's enough, you could have a party in there, you know? A potty, if you're from Boston. But it's huge. So we went up to the 3rd floor and we saw the pictures. So if we can, clicker? All right, goes forward. All right, so this is, as you walk into the library, you'll see this explanation of DPI SIG. And then these are some of the pictures. Now they have this huge window facing the beach, so it was kind of difficult to get pictures without the reflection. But they did a nice job. This is in a separate room. It took me a while to find these pictures because one of mine is in this room, and but they have them up there, and it looks good. And this is another one that's in this smaller room, and then we're back out into the big room. I think these are Nick's, right? And here's mine. I had to move it over. I walked into this small room and it was like glaring, so I moved it over to try to get away from the light. And they were wondering what I was doing back there. I wasn't stealing my own picture back. But it's a very beautiful building. Oops, there we go. And that's it.
I want to thank Jeff Fitzpatrick because he was the individual who was inspirational in us getting this venue. And it brings out an important point. If you're wondering about hither and yon, let us know. I mean, some of our sponsors, as far as venues, have been helpful with other venues. For an example, just recently, John Zoller from the Friends of the Library suggested to us to put something in possibly at the museum at the Civic Center down off of 41 and Airport Pulling, which gives us another large venue, which they're looking to try and advertise it. So we're being seen as a possibility for various organizations to advertise their facilities with our work, which is quite a compliment for our work. And, you know, we should take advantage of it. Our next show is going to be in January. It'll be at the Central Library. You'll be seeing more information about this. That particular venue can hold approximately 80 pieces of work. This particular venue here is somewhere between 35 and 40. So you have different rules and regulations depending on which venue. This was one of the most difficult venues for us to work with because of the fact that there were so many restrictions, such as you can only have one person to deliver the images. It has to be at 8 o'clock in the morning, out in a parking garage so no one will see you. And I thought I was meeting with some of my relatives, I don't know. But anyway, the show, which is going to be coming up in January, should allow at least 2, possibly 3 images per person. So those of you who have not been part of this process yet, this is a fantastic opportunity. It's right in downtown Naples. You can bring all your friends and show them, here I am on the wall, look at it. And we sell fairly well there too, so you know, I encourage that very strongly. It's going to be the beginning of January. For the month of January, we will get you exact dates in the next couple of weeks. We're not sure ourselves yet exactly what day we have to turn up. Is it going to be the 2nd or the 3rd? It depends on how John will have us do it, but it'll be at the very beginning of January. It's the Central Library. We are now committed to 3 shows a year there. And it looks like we're going to be doing somewhere between 5 and 6 shows a year. So there's no excuse that if you're looking for the opportunity to show and sell your work, at least show it, that you've got it. Any questions before we disappear on you?
Any questions pertaining to the art shows? This is I've been looking for a Ron Dunnington. I've been carrying around his paddleboard paddle since March.
We even get stuck with paddleboards.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you, Nick. All right, next on the agenda, Tom Punnett.
As I indicated last meeting, this year we're starting what we call the next phase of the workshop for lighting, and it involves off-camera flash. I sent out the second notice 2 or 3 weeks ago, and those are for classes starting in January, since we already had the October, November, December classes filled. What it requires you to do, if you're interested, is to respond back to the notice, which I will send another one out at the end of this month, requesting to be placed on a master list. That way you only need to send in your request one time. When you do send in the request, indicate if there's any particular month of next year that you can't attend. The workshops are held on the 3rd Monday of each month. And so we'll be filling the classes starting in January. I haven't put anybody in an individual class yet because I want to make sure I can accommodate those who have requested a specific month that they can't attend. So about the middle of December or the 1st of December, I'll start filling the classes out and sending you the notice. You will not be required to bring a camera or a speed light. The instructor, R.L. Kern, has decided that he's going to bring all of his equipment and set it up ahead of time, because there will probably be several different types of speed lights. This way they'll all be one type of speed light, and you'll be able to see and operate those all off of the same camera and the same speed light. So that's about it. Does anybody have any questions about the workshop? Okay, you'll be getting the 3rd notice sent out in a couple of weeks. So if you haven't responded and you do want to attend, just reply back to that notice, and you'll be placed on the master list. Thank you.
You're taking 6 per class. So you're taking 6 per class, right? So you get on the list. Laurel will give us a report on outings. There you are.
Before I start talking about the outings for 2017, for those people that went to the Heart Walk last Saturday to take pictures, make sure you get the pictures to Trish with the Heart Association. She has set up a Dropbox, and I emailed you her email address so you can get that done. The November 12th outing has been switched to the 17th, for those of you who didn't get the email. It is at the zoo, and I will be at the front entrance at 9 a.m. for anybody that is going. No outing for December. So, perfect, thank you. Okay, it's hard to see from here, so hang on, guys. I'll be moving. We have set up several outings for 2017, and some months have more than other outings to give people some options, more than just 1 week. So I put out the pertinent information. They all have websites that you can go to and check, and I put the phone numbers and ticket phone numbers so that you can pre-order your ticket. You can see we're going to the Medieval Fair in Fort Myers. We picked January 14th and 15th, 2 different days, so if you can't go on Saturday the 14th, it will be open on January the 15th. Also, February 11th, it's a macro workshop with Mike Matthews, but the location will be announced later. He'll have 2 classes if there's enough of us, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and the fee is $150. I know that it's a little steep, but that's what he wants to do. So, February, we have 19th, we're the Polo Club of Sarasota. The Polo Club plays every Sunday during season, up through April. So if you can't make that date and want to go up there for another one, you're more than welcome. There's a phone number, and the admission is only $12, which is relatively inexpensive. March, we have the F3C conference. So that's the 10th through the 12th. So there'll be lots of photo ops through there. If you're not going to the F3C, or you want to go to the rodeo in Arcadia will be that weekend also, but you can go on Thursday or you can go on Sunday and get those rodeo pictures in. Corkscrew Swamp Sanctuaries in April. In May, we have several things. The Great Duck Canoe Races with the date to be announced. That's when the Burrowing Owls in Marco. We're going on May 13th. So you can get the map. There's several locations down in Marco, so you can pull it up online to get the map. And the Botanical Garden, any Tuesday at 8 a.m. you can go to the Botanical Gardens and get in, and tripods are allowed. So in June, we have a water drop workshop, location and time to be determined. July, we'll be going back to the Revs Institute. For those of you who didn't get there last summer, it's quite an extensive car collection. July, the date will be announced later. We're going to do the daily news tour at the newspaper. On the 12th, again, Mike is going to be doing another macro workshop for us. Again, morning and afternoon classes. Location will be announced later. The 12th, we're going to try for the meteor shower, which I think will be kind of cool. And September, we're going to the high-tech imaging tour. In October, we're going to do a night shoot at the Naples Pier, and I do believe Larry will be running that. Date to be announced. In November, we've got 3 different things going. The Old Florida Festival, the Heart Walk, and Botanical Gardens again on any Tuesday. December, we're going to do the boat parade at Venetian Village with the date to be announced as soon as we get past this Christmas, so they'll have it figured out what date they're doing next year. So, and anytime you ever have any ideas of where you'd like to go for outings, please let us know. And that's it. Thank you.
There's a fee for a particular activity. I want to mention again that in our lecture series we have Dave Fitzsimmons coming December the 10th. I gave these out last month, but there are some over on the table, so if you didn't get one, be sure and pick one up. This is free, and it's here in the auditorium Saturday morning between 9 and noon. And they're very entertaining. You actually get to meet the celebrity himself and ask questions one-on-one. Members in the news. That's next.
Okay, we have some members of the news, quite a few of them here, for November. One of Sue Christensen's photos will be included in the Cape Coral Friends of Wildlife 2017 calendar. Bob Kennedy's entry, Shaping the Shore, was juried into the Naples Art Association exhibit, It's Nature's Way. Jennifer Brinkman photo, Fishing Miaka, was a winner in the Florida Scenic Highways program and will be included as a photo of the month in their 2017 calendar. R.L. Caron's photographs were used in the Naples Daily News. On Saturday, November 5th, article about Diane Tonesi, an interior designer that features the use of wallpaper. Lori Friedman has an 8-page spread of her pictures in the November issue of Portfolio magazine. Finally, Cynthia Tabbs had a photo selected from the beautiful blur theme in the October Naples News Photo Challenge was published in November 4th edition of the Marco Eagle. Let's give them all a round of applause. Next up, I think, is Mary Short with the conference report. Mary Short.
Hello, everybody. Before we talk about the conference, just a reminder, there's a new option for you through F3C, which is the new education programs that are now being offered. Fortunately, but unfortunately, the first program is filled up for December, but there is availability in the January program. You can go to the F3C website to check out signing up for that. The December programs are making winning images and scoring and critiquing images. But that one is full for December. So, all right, as you all see on the table is a little blurb of our conference coming up. We've received commitment from the speakers. So the keynote speaker is going to be Rick Salmon. And in addition to that, Ed Heaton, Hansen Fong, Maxis Gamez, Ron Wyatt, Vincent Versace, Alistair Ben, Mike Matthews, and Peggy Farron have all signed up for speakers. So we will have more details. You can actually register on the F3C website for the conference already. And also, if you entered prints in the third print competition, they are over here to be picked up. Or if there's anyone that had not collected their ribbon, I have like 3 or 4 ribbons from previous competitions that no one has collected. So any questions, either see me on break or f3c.org. Thank you.
It's a great trade show too. What do we have, about a dozen? Joe, we have about 12 vendors signed up already, Canon, Nikon, Tamron. So it's a great chance to go there and see all their products. They bring in truckloads full of stuff. And so the trade show is very worthwhile. We'll be giving you more and more information on before we go to the announcements, I've had 3 or 4, 5 people ask me to ask the experts, which are you, how do you shoot a super moon? We're going to have a super moon on Monday, the 14th. And here we go. Larry, one of our in-house experts.
I think it's the Sunny 16 rule minus a stop or 2.
It's my rule?
No, the Sunny 16 rule.
Yeah, it's my rule.
Do you guys
Say
say that again?
The rule is
Looney 11. Okay, so you're going down 1 stop. Right. So everybody knows what the Sunny 16 rule is?
No.
Okay, Joe? Well, okay. ISO is 100. Okay.
ISO is the same as the shutter speed.
And the shutter speed would be like 125, as close as you can get. So ISO of 100, shutter speed of 125 at f11. The Sunny 16 rule is shutter speed and ISO the same at f16. So if you have a clear, bright, sunny day, that's your meter reading. At shoot the moon, you go down to f11.
What time? Say that one more time.
I have to say that one more time?
Sure.
I want Joe to say it.
Anybody else? Got anything else you want to say on that?
Yes,
Where's the best place to shoot it? Answer. Suggestions. Where's our group that goes out in the Everglades and takes pictures at night? That'd be a good place. Well, maybe you don't need to do that.
Why do you want to go? You want composition.
Yes.
Good point.
Naples Pier.
Naples Pier. Good point. Find a palm tree someplace. Off of the Goodland Bridge.
Well, there's key and a lot of, lawns and stuff in the front. What is it called? Driftwood.
Driftwood. Okay. Any other suggestions where to go? Joe? Yeah. A lot of people tell you where to go, that's for sure. I'm surprised that Larry didn't know the Sunny 16. It was my rule.
Not really where to go, but shutter speed wasn't addressed. The moon, believe it or not, moves half its diameter a second. So you want a fairly fast shutter speed. I suggest somewhere around 200 or better. So you're talking ISO 200, shutter speed 200 or something like that.
Yeah, if you ever try to take a picture of the moon with a tripod, which is what you're going to do, you're going to find out by the time you get it lined up, it's moved already. It moves really, really fast. But while I'm up and moving around, we have public announcements. And I know Joe has some, so.
We're going back and forth, back and forth. Hi, I'm Joe Fitzpatrick. I'm with Understand Photography here in Naples. We have on-site training and online training. Must be right under the speaker. Right under the speaker. Okay, we have online training. We have training in our Naples Training Center. I also do workshops around the state. Coming up on January 26th through the 29th, I'll be conducting a workshop in the Everglades. I'm licensed by the Park Service to conduct photo workshops in the Everglades. You can see me at the break about that. We also have a ladies-only workshop in February to Mount Dura, and then we have our St. Augustine workshop in May. All the information and the information on our upcoming free photo walks and everything is on the table.
All the information is on the free table here from businesses.
Good evening. Is Sandy Harron here tonight to pick up her DVD?
I am. I got it late, sorry.
Thank you.
Any other public announcements?
Many of you will know that we had a show a couple of years ago at Shangri-La Springs up in Bonita Springs. And I was there night before last, and the curator up there asked me to let you know that there's a new show up there, just opened, called Earthscapes, featuring the photographic works of Garth Rockcliffe and Jim Freeman, and be running for the next month. I put a few flyers on the table.
Very good. Public announcements, can I sneak through here?
Yes, I put a scanner, if anyone would like it, it's in very good shape, that is not compatible with Windows 8 or above. And that's why you have it, because I have Windows 8 or above. So if anyone needs a scanner, it's in great working shape. The disk is there for the drivers, the cables are there, and it's in very good shape. It's all yours, it's in the box.
Sandy.
Hi, I'm Sandy Harridan, and I have a solo exhibit that's going to be in Big Cypress National Preserve. It'll be from December 20th through March 25th, which is great prime season. It'll be at Oasis Visitor Center and Big Cypress Visitor Center. I have a Meet the Artist reception. That's January 14th, and I'll have flyers on the table back there. Just one more thing. I moved back to the Everglades, and so I do have a hotel in Everglades City. It's called the Ivy House. I do some walks, and I'm also licensed by the National Park and Big Cypress Preserve Backahatchee Marsh Trail. And I do walks and also one-on-one post-processing.
Sunny?
Hang on one second.
Today I went to the Baker Museum to see the Henry DeZitter exhibit. If you haven't been there, he's a photographer who's done a lot with advertising, and it's quite good. It's only $10 to get in.
Thank you.
Hi, this Saturday, Art Crafters has an art show in Cambier Park. It's from 10 to 4. I will be there along with Lee Herndon and several others that you might see, and it's a lot of fun. It's a beautiful day, it's a beautiful park, lots of trees for shade. Thank you.
Announcements, any more? One more. What? One more, two more? Let me get, I know what you're going to announce, so wait, you be last.
Naples Botanical Garden, let's see, we had our great flower photography class last Tuesday, and a lot of you came, which was wonderful. Thank you for coming. Next month in December, oh my goodness, I forget the date. Is it, you think it's the 3rd? Oh my God, I forgot. Do I have an announcement? Yeah, butterflies. Thank you. December 6th. It's a good thing I have a lot of friends helping. December 6th, we're going to shoot butterflies, and it is a limited class. We can't fit 100 people in the butterfly house, but it's a whole different thing. Flowers, of course, are still, and butterflies rarely are. So it'll be a lot of fun. We do shooting in the garden, and then we come in for a lesson and reviewing what we did. Hope to see some of you.
Okay, I try to get a head count for the meeting after the meeting. We go to Chili's about 3 miles south on Collier Boulevard. 2-for-1 beers, good appetizers, good company. We usually get 15 or 20 people. Who's showing up tonight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. Okay, very good. I'll give them a call at halftime and have them prepare a table.
Walter Yang, would you see me at the break? I want to check those DVDs you have. Thank you.
On November 19th is the Walk to End Alzheimer's, and we sent out a notice asking for a couple of volunteers to take some photos. I got one. If we could get 1 or 2 more people that'd be willing to take photos that morning. I know it's a busy weekend, but if you can, let me know. I've got some flyers over on the table.
If you had an announcement or anything, be sure and give the information to Betty, because we got 380 members, and there's only 100 here or so. So to get the information out, you really need to give it to Betty electronically, if possible, and we'll get it publicized in the newsletter.
Hi, for those of you who have been members of the club for a long time, I used to have a printing business and a framing. I did framings, canvas, so on and so forth. I'm trying to empty some things out of my storage unit, and if you know any aspiring picture framers or somebody that may be interested, I have a commercial Fletcher 2600 glass cutter. These are the kind that mount on the wall. They will take up to a 40 by 60 inch sheet of glass. I also have boxes of 40 by 60 sheets of glass, both non-glare, several different types. Would like to sell the whole thing as a package. If you know anybody that might be interested, you can contact. You can send it. I can send it through the theme for us, couldn't I? Yeah, you can send it to the DPI SIG theme, and I'll get it. But if you know anybody, let me know. Thanks.
On behalf of Christine Cook, who pays me a very high salary, I am. I'm not. No, never. I am announcing that for the 2nd year in a row, the Women's Workshop has been invited. The 3rd year in a row, the Women's Workshop has been invited to have an art show at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation on Naples Boulevard over the month of December.
That will be in the newsletter. Any last one?
Any Nikon shooters out there, I'm going to be selling a 70 to 200 lens 2.8.
I forgot the most important announcement of the whole night. So I'm the last one. And that is, we are run by volunteers. And would everybody with a green tag please stand up? These are the volunteers. These are the people that make the club work. We want to thank you. Jeff, how about your slideshow now? It's that time. Things are moving right along.
together. They become what may. That come the twilight, should we lose our way. As we were walking, a hand should slip free. I'll wait for you. Should I fall behind, wait for me. We swore we'd travel together, darling, side by side. We'd help each other stay in stride. Each lover steps on so differently. So I'll wait for you. Should I fall behind, wait for me. Everyone dreams of a love lasting and true. But you and I know what this world can do. So let's make ourselves clean, that the other may see. And I'll wait for you. And should I fall behind, wait for me. There's a beautiful river in the valley ahead. There 'neath the oaks bough, soon we will wed. Should we lose each other in the shadow of the evening trees, oh, I'll wait for you. Should I fall behind, wait for me. Darling, I'll wait for you. Should I fall behind, wait for me. Wait for me. If I should fall behind, wait for me. with the love you're building up. You gotta be mine. We take it away. It's gotta be night and day, just a matter of time. And we got nothing to be guilty of. Our love will climb any mountain, near or far. We are, and we never let it end. We are devotion, and we got nothing to be sorry for. Our love is one in a million. Eyes can't see that we got a highway to the sky. I don't wanna hear your goodbye. Don't wanna hear your goodbye. I don't wanna hear your. And we got nothing, and we got nothing to be guilty of. Our love, near or far. We are, and we never let it end. We never. We are devotion, and we got nothing to be sorry for. Our love is one in a million. Eyes can see that we got a highway to the sky. We got a highway, yeah. And we got nothing to be guilty of. Our love.
Well, I love the crowds, love the towns, love the way my life's gone down the way it has. I get to sing and chase my dreams, but like they say, with all good things, there's strings attached. Don't get me wrong, my life's a song, you know me. I belong, girl, where you are. But from time to time it feels like I'm trapped and somehow stuck behind this guitar. Behind this guitar is just a boy who had a dream in his heart. Behind this guitar is just a guy who can't believe he got this far. When I was a kid and the other kids were doing what most kids did, well, there I was, sitting on the edge of that twin bed, picking till my fingers bled, and it got in my blood. That's not to say I didn't fish or play, goof around and act my age and be home by dark. But from 8 or 9 to right here tonight, I pretty much grew up behind this guitar. Behind this guitar is just a boy who had a dream in his heart. Behind this guitar is just a guy who can't believe he got this far. Well, I've always said that I've been blessed. Why me is anybody's guess. Well, I don't know, but I'm well aware the man upstairs could have answered any other's prayers and let mine go. But thanks to him, my family, friends, and those who got me where I am, you know who you are. Now with that in mind, the truth is I'm not the only one behind this guitar.
When the Pilgrims sailed, it was rough as it could be, and the motion of the ocean made them lose their team. It was rocky where they landed, but they had to build a town, and their belts were on their hats, so their pants fell down. Some got the scurvy, some got the flu, some got the runs, yeah, quite a few. Their food ran low, and their butts all froze, and they said, "This Massachusetts winter blows." Then a fellow named Squanto came along one day with a barrel full of corn, and they all said, "Yeah, you can boil it, you can bake it, store it in a jar, and it makes clean ethanol to run your car." They cleared the land, learned how to plow. Soon they were blessed with buttloads of chow, so they gave old Squanto and his friends a shout. "Hey guys, it's America, let's all pay out!" So they had a huge feast. There was turkey by the ton, there was stuffing, mashed potatoes, and they just begun. There was sweet potato pie, there was pumpkin too, and a green bean casserole that tasted like food. Thanks for the grove, the wine and meal. Thanks for tomorrow's Black Friday sale. So think like a pilgrim, join in the fun, and party like it's 1621. Yes, party like it's 1621.
Thank you, Jeff. Now we know what we do with all those pictures that something turned around and looked the other direction. We're going to take about a 20-minute break. Before we do that,
okay, you visitors, this is your chance to join. We're going to take a break, and right over there at the register, everybody, take your dues. Please join us.